takeaways, possibilities, challenges, how we're going to solve this.
Look, I mean, I'm not just talking about happiness. I'm talking about the fact that education and indeed investment into science and technology as a key way to getting us out of a lot of the challenges we're facing and going to continue to face, unless we get the next breakthroughs and we get them quickly. For example, green hydrogen and things of that nature. We can't, we want to carry on taking our holidays, flying, etc. We want to carry on enjoying our car journeys, etc. Well, if we want all these things, we need to move quickly towards things like electrification that can be backed by renewable energy at scale, green hydrogen economies of scale. All these challenges have components from physics too. So there is a need to fundamentally rebuild a lot of the infrastructure of our world, and it's expensive. If we take a step back and look at 5G, for example, there's a lot of hype around 5G, and you could say people like myself have talked about the capabilities of 5G. Yet in the world today, certainly in Europe and the US, there aren't so many standalone 5G networks. Most of the 5G is occurring on piggybacking 4G infrastructure. And you're only going to get to the advanced capabilities of virtual reality, mixed reality, augmented reality, etc., and mass IoT, machine-to-machine communications, this era of robotics, etc., when you get more standalone 5G networks. That requires huge amounts of money and investment, which again is going to take time. So this is the example I'm giving, that it actually takes time to build the real world infrastructure and capabilities for the advanced technologies to actually work. And so that's something we need to do. The other is to create frameworks where we get the industry bodies together to work under guidance with our leaders around the world, or at least in regions, and say, here is how we create standards for production AI. I'm leaving aside the research side, but production that you're putting into the real world. Here's how you test it. Here's how and create these guidelines would actually protect the data scientists, because the data scientist, he or she, is being asked to do things by the business team. And if they believe it's unethical, who have they got to go to? Because there's a vacuum. There's nowhere for them to say, with an accounting standard, if an accountant is being asked to tick off on something that is fraudulent, they can say this breaches this guideline. In data science and machine learning, there's nothing there to guide them. So creating these kind of standards, they will have to keep on evolving because the field is evolving rapidly, but at least putting these kind of frameworks into place. And again, a big push into areas like federated learning and differential privacy to at least start giving us the machine learning on the devices around us that doesn't snoop on us.
There were a couple of takeaways, yeah.
Well, I'll just first confirm. Well, we agree on education, and I agree with you also. We'd like to give people at least minimum essential physics. It does help on the basic science, that we agree. We agree on basically personal medicine. I think that's how you formulate it, to use artificial intelligence and all these goodies for basically general personalization. I don't know, it wouldn't be just health and all, but that, yes. Even organization of society, we can do much better. I'm dramatically concerned about safety, because we didn't touch on that, because that was not our talk today. That cyberspace is already, actually it's 30% is already crime, one way or the other. And I just heard it from the experts here in Switzerland and so on. And with quantum, it's going to be worse, even though there is a quantum resistive protection, and I know about it. But on the other hand, if you look at the two visions, we have to emphasize that, because we discussed that. One vision is a transhumanist. You didn't say it like that, but there is an agenda, okay? We put all the more technologies and actually minority maneuver that, because whether you like it or not, most of the resources of planet Earth are not in the hands of majority. It's not even my statement, you can check it. I can argue on that in a different program. So that minority, and to a large extent, let's call them billionaires. There are only about 5,000 of them, or maybe 6, doesn't really matter. Plus they're basically servants. They run the show, and that can be easily seen. Let's say it's just the COVID show. COVID last 18 months or 2 years. All the richest on the planet became roughly, companies in particular, 50% richer. Well, that's something we have to verify as well, and there are many other things. You didn't mention, for example, that in China, they integrate humans and brains with basically whatever, robots, artificial intelligence, whatever else. I couldn't check all that personally, even though I was there several times. That's also an interesting development we have to follow up, because it belongs to our topic. And last but not least, I'm not convinced, with my complete respect to everything you say, I'm not convinced yet that consciousness can be done in artificial intelligence. I'll listen and read everything you send me. I appreciate it. I'm not convinced about that. And when it comes to love and empathy, I, for the moment, still keep it as a, let's say, quality of what I called Homo sapiens humans, the way I am. But with your respect, I really appreciated your comments, and I will study them in depth. So I'm very grateful to you.
Wonderful.
So what I would quickly say is that in theory, everything can be reverse engineered, right? That's the reality of our universe. So theoretically, you should.
Well, I don't know. I mean, if Paul McCartney wakes up at 4 o'clock in the morning and comes up with yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away, I don't know why would I reverse that. And don't take me wrong. My main problems are not scientists and technologists. My main problems are my artistic friends. They argue that they don't believe machines will create the way we do, the kind of Shakespeare. But I don't know. I will not argue about it today, but I don't know. But my artistic friends are really very vocal, much more vocal than technologists.
Well, we're starting to see machine learning moving to music and art already. So I don't know. We'll see. But I mean, we've seen artworks sell for large amounts of money from GANs, generated from GANs. So I don't know. We'll find out when we get as it develops.
No, but I'll give you one test which killed me almost, so to speak. I don't know whether you have children, because we didn't discuss that. But I have children that are grown up. When my kids were roughly teenagers, they came to me and said, "Dad, you're a smart guy. You're all around the planet," which of course I was. I said, "Look what the planet you created. You're nuts. You're total nuts." My kids were angry against me because brilliant guys like myself and my friends, and I can tell you all of them, I'm guilty. I am guilty. We have this civilization the way you see it. Because we believed in all this crap that we are all now telling them. Because 40 years ago, we all believe, more technology. No. Without love, empathy, moral code, an agreement will survive with humans as old-fashioned entities. This is going to go very badly in transhumanism mumbo-jumbo, Orwellian scenario. And this is my firm statement. I could be wrong, and I wish I'm wrong. And this is what
we'll leave this for next session here, Davor and Imtiaz.
I want to discuss
lovely
that
because
I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Sorry, I think again this risks obfuscating the whole discussion because, or the real risks, I believe the real risks with AI are more about mass surveillance and cybercrime. And we did actually talk about it because I raised that as the big threat of AI.
Gentlemen, thank you so very much. Enriching, lovely, dynamic. Let's get back together.
I thank you guys. You were brilliant. Thank you very much. I apologize for disagreeing with certain things, but it's normal.
That's what we're here for.
Yes, thank you.
This is very human, by the way.